In the fog-shrouded coastal town of Pacific Grove, California, population 15,000, Dr. Sophia Lang was the scientist the entire community revered. At 31, she was a brilliant marine biologist at the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute, a single mother raising her 5-year-old daughter Mia after losing her husband to a rare heart condition 2 years earlier. Sophia spent her days studying endangered sea otters, fighting illegal commercial fishing, and mentoring young women in STEM. She organized beach cleanups every weekend, testified before the California Coastal Commission about toxic dumping, and baked fresh sourdough for her neighbors on Sundays. The town called her the Guardian of the Bay. On the misty evening of October 22, 2016, Sophia finished a late-night lab shift, picked up Mia from the sitter, and drove to her small harborfront cottage on Ocean View Drive. She texted her sister at 10:17 p.m. "Home safe, Mia's asleep, love you both." That was the last anyone ever heard from her. At 6:45 a.m. the next morning, the babysitter arrived to find the front door unlocked, all the lights still on, Sophia's car in the driveway, and Mia asleep in her bed clutching her favorite stuffed otter. But Sophia was gone. Her phone, wallet, keys, and half-drunk cup of herbal tea sat neatly on the kitchen counter. No forced entry, no signs of struggle. The only thing missing was Sophia herself. Detective Captain Elena Vargas, 44, a 19-year veteran of the Monterey County Sheriff's Office known for her relentless attention to detail, arrived within the hour. She walked through the cottage and felt the same instinctive chill every seasoned investigator recognizes. This wasn't a typical missing persons case. She vanished without warning, and everything feels too perfect. The town mobilized immediately. Search parties along the rocky coastline, candlelight vigils at the harbor, flyers on every lamppost. Sophia's research boat, the Otter's Hope, was found drifting 2 miles offshore the next day, empty, engine off, life jacket still aboard. The case was initially treated as a possible boating accident or suicide. After 9 months of exhaustive work, diving teams, sonar scans, hundreds of interviews, no body, no suspects, no solid leads, the case quietly went cold in mid-2017. The chief told the team, "We've done everything humanly possible. Time to move on." The file was boxed and shelved with the words "inactive, insufficient evidence" written in red ink. For the next 8 years, Pacific Grove tried to heal. Mia grew up calling her aunt Mom and believing her mother had gone to swim with the otters forever. Sophia's sister Claire never stopped searching. She kept a binder of every tip, every psychic reading, every dead-end lead. The sheriff's office moved on. Detective Vargas was promoted and told her new partner, "Some cases just stay cold. You have to let them rest." But in the shadows, one man never forgot. The town's respected harbor master and city councilman, Captain Harlan Reed, 56 years old, silver-haired, the man who had helped organize the initial search parties and delivered the eulogy at Sophia's memorial, had been quietly watching the investigation from the beginning. He comforted the family for years. He led harbor safety meetings. He even helped fund private dive teams. No one ever suspected him. Why would they? He was the guardian of the bay, right alongside Sophia. Meanwhile, advances in forensic marine biology and digital imaging were changing cold cases along the California coast. In 2024, a new cold case task force at the California Department of Justice decided to revisit 2016 files. Detective Vargas, now 52 and working part-time as a consultant, was reluctantly brought back. "I told them this one was dead, but they wouldn't listen." The task force pulled every photo and video from the original investigation. In one overlooked image, taken by a volunteer diver on October 23, 2016, the hull of Sophia's drifting boat showed a tiny cluster of barnacles. Everyone had dismissed it as normal sea growth.
But in 2024, a new marine biologist on the task force zoomed in with high-resolution imaging and realized the species was Balanus pacificus var. Reedi, a rare subspecies that only grows in one specific private cove on the private property of Captain Harlan Reed. The detail everyone missed for 8 years was a single type of barnacle that could only have attached in Reed's hidden cove, a place Sophia had been investigating for illegal toxic dumping. Detective Vargas stared at the magnified image for a full minute before speaking. "We almost walked away from this. We almost let him win." The team quietly obtained a warrant for Reed's private cove and boathouse. In the boathouse, behind a false wall he had built during a storm repair in 2018, they found what no one expected: Sophia's remains, carefully wrapped and buried beneath the concrete floor. Beside the body was a sealed waterproof envelope containing a handwritten confession dated October 23, 2016.
The letter was addressed to whoever finds this. In it, Reed admitted everything. He had been secretly involved with Sophia for nearly 2 years while embezzling research grant money to cover his failing charter business and a hidden gambling debt. When Sophia discovered both the affair and the illegal toxic dumping he was facilitating in the bay and threatened to expose him to the Coastal Commission, he lured her to his private cove that night, strangled her in a moment of panic, sank her body temporarily, then moved it to the boathouse while the entire town searched for her. For 8 years, he stood at the harbormaster's podium directing searches while living with the woman he murdered buried beneath his feet. The most devastating detail? Mia had learned to tie sailing knots from Reed at the local youth sailing club. He had hugged her at every regatta and told her, "Your mom would be proud." Detective Vargas, who had almost closed the case in 2017, personally arrested Reed at the harbor during the annual Otter Festival. The entire town watched in stunned silence as their respected harbor master was led away in handcuffs. The 2025 trial became national news. Mia, now 14, took the stand and looked the man who had taught her to sail directly in the eyes. "You buried my mother under your dock while you told me she was watching over the otters." Reed broke down for the first time, sobbing that he had lost control that night. He was convicted on all counts and sentenced to life without parole. The boathouse was demolished, and the cove turned into a marine sanctuary and memorial for missing persons. This was the investigation where everyone missed one tiny detail, a single rare barnacle that should not have been on that boat. For 8 long years, the case sat cold while a respected man walked free. But because one task force refused to accept the obvious, they found Sophia Lang buried beneath the floor of the man everyone trusted most. The discovery changed everything. It proved that the most dangerous monsters can wear uniforms and stand at the harbormaster's podium. It proved that the smallest overlooked clue can rewrite history. Mia Lang now runs the Sophia Lang Marine Justice Foundation, helping families of long-term missing persons and fighting illegal coastal dumping. Detective Vargas says the case taught her the most important lesson of her career: never ignore the detail that doesn't fit. The truth is always hiding in plain sight. Pacific Grove is no longer the same town, but because investigators finally saw what everyone missed, Sophia finally came home, 8 years after the world stopped looking. Some cases go cold. This one was brought back to life by one tiny detail, and the discovery they made years later changed everything.